desert plants of Avalon in Ireland. And in today's video, I'm going to show you what is happening in the polytunnel late February. And we have quite a few plants that are coming into bud already. And normally I don't see much signs of life, usually till the April time. So I'm very excited to see that there's some buds already forming. And that's what I'm going to be showing you in this video. A little bit of an update. So here we go, guys. Let me show you what is happening. Now, as I say, it's the end of February now, and this is the polytunnel. The majority of plants are pretty much still dormant, but there is a bit of signs of life in some of them, which is what I'm going to show you in this video. And I have to say, I'm really excited that it's nearly March, because that's when things start to really sort of wake up here in the polytunnel. So this time next month, it's going to probably look very different again, a lot more coming into bud. But I'm quite happy because I have seen signs of buds this time of year, which is quite early, and we've had a very, very mild winter so far. It's been pretty good, and we've had a couple of very cold nights, and I have to say a lot of the succulents particularly are very shriveled. They're going to desperately need their first watering, and I will probably give these a bit of water next week, and I'll make a video when I do, because I do need to start some of these back up again. The desert cacti, the majority of them anyway here, are going to be kept totally dry, even the ones that are coming into bud, until possibly April time, because the weather here in Northern Ireland can be very up and down. We can have some nice spring days in March, then we can have snow again. So until it really starts to really get warm, I'm going to hold back on their watering, and when I give these their very first watering of the year, I'll also make a video when I do as well. But we do have quite a lot of other things coming into bud, which is very exciting to see. So first of all then, I'm just going to give you a bit of a scan around the polytunnel and show you a little bit of the collection here. Everything has been overwintering really, really well, which I'm very happy about. Haven't lost any plants, which has been possibly one of the first winters ever I've gone through without losing at least one plant. I know the winter's not over yet, but usually they start to show their signs of not looking so good by the time the end of February arrives. But they're all overwintering brilliantly, and haven't really spotted a few mealybugs, which has been a bit of a pain. I sprinkled a lot of the plants with a light dusting of diatomaceous earth, because that's good at killing mealybugs and also preventing them. I always like to treat the plants with neem oil over the spring and summer and the autumn time, but obviously I like to keep the plants as dry as possible in the polytunnel in the winter time, and that means especially the foliage, so I don't spray them with anything, but I find a bit of a light dusting of the diatomaceous earth. It seems to be doing the job, so that's good. All my aloes as well here. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a mini sort of scoot around to show you what I've got here. Those of you who would know my collection would know I have a lot of plants, both inside the house and in the polytunnel, but the majority of all my cacti succulents will be out here in the polytunnel overwintering. And also have a lot of epiphytic cacti as well that I have hanging up here in the polytunnel, and very exciting to show you what's happening with a lot of these as well. So that's a little bit of a scan around of the collection, and if you want to see a complete tour of my cacti succulent collection, I've already made a few videos on that, and I'll link a video up above, down below, and also at the end screen of this video of a complete tour, so you know what I've sort of got here in my collection. And first of all then, I'll start on this table over here, and I'll go to mention the succulents in a minute. And this is a mixture. I won't go into all the types of plants. As I say, this isn't a complete tour video, it's just what's happening at the moment at the end of February. A mixture of Lophophoras, Matucana, Ferrocactus, Mammillarias, Echinocactus, Echinocerius, and lots of different varieties I have in this polytunnel. I also have a few young seedlings as well there, and some more of the holiday type of epiphytic cacti as well as a lot of the tall seriousy ones. Now I'm going to just talk about what is happening at the moment and what's coming into bud. So here we are, first of all, pretty much dormant, as I say. It is late February. Things don't really start to wake up till the April time. But what I have got already in bud, which is very exciting to see, is my Mammillaria snowcap. And this is Mammillaria gracilis, and it's nicknamed the snowcap because obviously of its appearance. Beautiful, beautiful cactus, lovely sort of spotty areoles as well, gorgeous. And happy to say there is buds forming, little pale lime green little buds coming in between the spines here, and wonderful to see. And I'll just show you their point where so you can see, because it's very hard to see. They're just starting to form, and it's really exciting to know that spring really is on its way when I start to see the buds. Absolutely wonderful there. And then here, what is really strange is I have two Matucana Madissonorums, both coming into bud. And it's very early for them to come into bud. This started coming into bud last month, and I honestly thought it would have brought the buds, but they're still growing. And this one is definitely getting redder as well. So that's got 3 buds. Also, my other Matucana there is just starting to come into bud as well, which is really exciting to see. Also, my other Matucana Polsey as well, as you can see there, also starting to form a bud, so that's really good news. All of my Lophophoras are all still overwintering at the moment, no signs of life in them just yet. Now here on this table I have a mixture of Ferrocactus, Gymnocalciums and Mammillarias. And I say most of them are still pretty much dormant as well, but I do have signs of life here. A little bud forming on one of my Parodias here. And you can just see that starting, a big brown fluffy tuft coming out there, which is really exciting to see. And then here with the Camaseriases, there are signs of buds on these as well. A little hairy bud forming there. And some of them, it might be very, very hard for the camera to pick up, but I'll just show you. I don't know whether you can see it, but I'll just give you an example. Yeah, there's little times of little woolly little tufts starting to come through on there also. And also some coming up on there. Then here on this table I have some Raybusias as well as some of the Camoseriases. And this one here, this one is Lobithia aracantha, and that has got a lovely big hairy bud as well as a couple more starting to come through there, which is really exciting. Also my other Lobithia as well is also starting to form little tiny sort of pink by the areoles, which is a sign that buds are forming as well. This one here is my lovely Sulcor Raybusia, and that is also coming into bud. You can see lots of little red at the areoles there. I don't know whether you can see, but it's starting to form buds there as well, which is really exciting. Here on this table I have a mixture of all different types of cacti as well. And this one here is my Notocactus minimus. And that's only a little plant, but that's also in bud as well. And it went into bud sort of this time last year, and then the bud just dried up and fell off. So I don't know whether this is going to go to full term or not. Fingers crossed it does, because it'd be the first time flowering for me if it does. So I hope this bud doesn't fall off this time. And what's amazing as well, I also have some Echinopsises that are already coming into bud. Normally these sort of bud from about May time, but there is 3 hairy flower buds forming on this one here. I think this one is Echinopsis irisis, one of Hans's, and happy to see that is in flower buds as well. Very small buds just forming just at the very beginning, but hopefully it will make it through to full term as well. I also have a little Echinocactus here, this Echinocactus primolotanthus, and 2 little flower buds as well forming on there. Very exciting. And also I have some more I noticed with my Echinopsis as well. Another one here that is also coming into bud, as you can see, the white little browny tufts coming out there out of the areoles, so that is exciting to see. And I also have my Astrophytum ornatum also that's coming into bud. I don't think this bud is going to go to full term because it's too early for it to be coming into bud, and this was sort of still trying to bud for me even in November, and then the buds just dried up and fell off, but we'll see how it goes. Very exciting to see anyway. We also have one of our Echinopsis subdenudatas also coming into bud. Just there, as you can see there, little tiny tuft coming out there. It's very exciting. Good to see buds forming already. Now this is what I'm really excited about. This is my Cactus Colodimonsis, and I've noticed that this has also got a flower bud forming. I don't know whether you can see there with my finger, there's a tiny little pinky red flower bud just starting to form, which is really good news because this plant has the most beautiful orangey pink flowers on it. So that's coming into bud already, which is exciting. And before I go and show you what's coming into bud in the succulents, I'm going to show you the epiphytic cacti because a lot of them are coming into bud. This one is my Ripsalis pilocarpa, quite shriveled. I'll need to give this a bit of a water next week, and I'll be sure that when I do water the epiphytes and the succulents, I'll also make a video as well on that, because these will be also watering for the first time after winter too. And this has been flowering. The flowers are just on their way out now, as you can see there, but this has been blooming lovely in the polytunnel, and loads of fruit pods, seeds here that will need to be harvested pretty soon. Now this is really exciting because I have my epiphytic cacti that are really doing well with the buds. Lots of buds on there as well. This is I think this is Epiphyllum Mrs. G beam, and lots of buds forming on the epiphytes here, as you can see. Very exciting. Just turn it round because the lighting's not brilliant when I lift the camera up. Hope you can see there with the buds. Wonderful to see. And also I'll show you my other epiphytic cacti that are coming into bud as well. Quite a few buds forming also on these, all different types. This one is Epiphyllum David's Golden Splendour, buds forming as well, all on there, which is very good news. And also buds forming on the other types there too, and on there. And this is my Slumbergera Buckley, the Christmas cactus, still in bud, and still lovely blooms as well on that. Absolutely gorgeous. It's been blooming for weeks. Most of the flowers are sort of on their way out now, as you can see, but it's wonderful to still see those signs of flowers still on this beauty. And my very old Slumbergera truncata has got some flowers on it. Most of them have dried up and died off, but still on there, also in bloom. And then this is my Epiphyllum Pegasus, and I'm happy to say there is buds on this as well. You can just see the buds forming on there, which is really good news, because this particular epiphyllum has the most incredible huge pink dinner plate sized blooms on it in the spring. Absolutely breathtaking. And then I have my Ripsalidopsis, commonly known as the Easter cactus, also coming into bud. As you can see there, buds all around it. So this usually blooms for the sort of April-May time. So happy to see there is buds all on this as well. So very exciting to see so much in bud already. And also a lot of my other epiphyllums as well, buds forming there, as you can see. Little hairiness coming up on there. And then I'm going to show you now what I've got with the succulents. And as you can see, some of them are in desperate need of a good water. Oh yes, I forgot. There's also buds forming on the Aporo cactus as well. I noticed the other day the little flower bud there, little pink spot forming, and another one there as well, which is really exciting. And always the wonderful thrill to see buds, to know that spring really is on its way. And here we go. I'm going to show you what we've got flowering in the succulents. Now, all the sort of the aloes and gasterias and that, pretty much mostly sort of finished. Some of them were flowering in the winter time, but most of them are all finished now. But I have got one of my Haworthias here. I don't know if I've got the label of that. I think a lot of the labels have come off, but this one is coming into bud as well, which is wonderful news. And then with the succulents, I'll just show you what we've got here. This one here is a lovely Crassula, and that has got beautiful little blooms on it as well. That's sort of been blooming in the winter time and still blooming now. And then here I've got more that's just coming to the end of the flowering as well. And I have a lot of my Echeverias that are waking up from the winter rest, coming into bud now. There's buds forming as well. To show you there, just starting to come through. And this one here is the Echeveria agavoides, buds forming on that one. And I have here, I've had my Pachyphytum oviferum, that was blooming, and there's another flower bud just forming on that again. Again, another Pachyphytum there, flower buds forming, which is really exciting to see. And good to see new signs of growth. And I also have a Crassula here as well, which is also coming into bud there. And as I say, I'm going to be watering some of these succulents next week. They've forecast a couple of very cold nights over the next few days. I'm going to hold back a little bit and then give the succulents a good water. And I'm also going to start watering some of the epiphytes because they can definitely take it. As you can see, they're very shriveled and they're all coming into bud as well. So they'll definitely appreciate a bit of a drink too. So stay tuned for that video when I do watering these for the first time after their winter rest. So I hope you enjoyed the little update in the polytunnel with what's happening, and if you haven't done already, do please subscribe and don't forget to click the notification bell. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon. And if you haven't done already, do check out my website desertplantsofavalon.com. I want to wish you all an amazing plant power day.